This is section 1.7, problem 83. A baseball is hit so that its height, s, in feet after t seconds is s equals negative 16t squared plus 44t plus 4. For what time period is the ball at least 32 feet above the ground? S represents the height of the baseball, and that will be represented on the y-axis of our graph. T represents the time that the baseball takes in its flight, and that will be represented on the x-axis of the graph. So to solve this equation, using a graphing calculator, I'm going to go to y equals, and I'm going to plug in the first equation that we were given that shows the flight of the baseball. And this will show, when I push graph, this shows the basic curve that the baseball takes. Okay, so, but we were asked for how long the baseball is at the height, at least at the height of 32 feet. So in order to do this, I'm going to go to y equals and put in a second value for y, which is 32. And this represents 32 feet. Graph. And now we can see the part at the very tip of the graph where the baseball is equal to or above the line of 32 feet. So in order to find how long the baseball is at least 32 feet above the ground, I'm going to push second and then trace, and then go down to the fifth option, click intersect, and then the calculator is going to have me estimate what I think the first point of intersection is. I'm going to push enter 3 times, and so this shows that x equals 1 when y equals 32 feet. So that's the first point of intersection. I have to do each of these points of intersection separately, so I'm going to again push second and then trace and go down to the fifth option, push intersect, and I will move the cursor along till I make the estimate of where I think the graph will intersect a second time. I'm going to push enter 3 times, and this intersection says that x equals 1.75 when y equals 32. What this means is that the time interval of 1 second to 1.75 seconds inclusive is the time period when the ball will be at least 32 feet in the air. This problem is inclusive because the question is worded for what time period will the ball be at least 32 feet above the ground. So that this is a greater than or equal to inequality. Thus, the ball will be at least 32 feet above the ground at the time of 1 second and at the time of 1.75 seconds, as well as in all the time in between these two values.